Isaiah Hartenstein agrees to a 3-year deal, $87 million with Oklahoma City Thunder. Jay, I'm gonna be honest, not a flashy name, but if you watched Isaiah Hartenstein last year and you watched the Oklahoma City Thunder, you would know that this is a perfect match made in heaven. He brings the intensity that they need. He can take blows and preserve Chet, because Chet, he needs that preserving. He cannot keep going body to body with the Joel Embiids, with the Jokic's, with these bigs in these leagues. So he can preserve Chet by taking those blows. He's amazing out of that short roll. When he gets to that short roll, whether either that little floater that he does in the middle, or him just getting in the middle and just making the right decision in the middle of the court, I'm expecting to see a whole lot of high pick and rolls with SGA and Hartenstein. But to me, I mean, this was the team that was the number 1 seed last year just filled every single hole and every single need that they needed. Like,
are they coming out of the West next year?
I'm impressed. Man, Jay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to answer that yet. I'm gonna be honest. I don't mean to walk the fence, but I don't know if I'm ready to answer that yet, because I need to see how much are they going to improve, because they had everything this year. I think the only thing that they didn't have was the experience and the know-how that deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Did they learn everything they needed in 1 year? I don't know, man. I mean, look, the Celtics, it took them 3-4 years to learn everything that they needed to learn to get that deep. So did the Oklahoma City Thunder learn everything in 1 year? I don't know, but hey, I think that they had, for the team that was the number 1 seed last year, to add that, you filled every single need that you needed filled.
Yeah. So I don't really have nothing
to say on that.
Negative to say about the Thunder.
Any disagreements with what I said, or no?
No.
Okay.
So my issue with them was there was nothing stopping them. I guess my first question is, how many minutes are Hartenstein and Chet going to be able to play together? If they're committed to playing them together as needed, 10, 15 minutes a game together, and it's successful and it can kill teams from a matchup standpoint when it's suitable, then I'll feel a lot better about that probably 10, 15 games into the season after I see it work. But then I have to look back to see which, like, was there a better option? To me, there was nothing. You and I got on the pod at the trade deadline, and I said there was too light in the ass. I don't understand why they didn't make a move like this at the trade deadline, and then get more data as far as heading into the offseason, what was the next move. But they took their lumps on the chin. I like the way that they picked up Caruso too. So now they saw what Boston did to Dallas. And between Caruso, Cason Wallace, Dort, SGA, and J-Dub, they're going to bully Luka next year. And I expect them to slide right past Dallas. I do expect them to make it. I think they're the front runners coming out of the West right now. Okay. And but I mean, they gave Hartenstein 3 years, damn near $90 million. And so they had the room over the next couple of years before the extensions for Chet and J-Dub kick in. They had that extra wiggle room. I question whether they could have got somebody better than Hartenstein.
Man.
But who was that guy, and would you have had to trade for him is my issue. Because Miles Turner is about to be back on the block.
I was going to say.
Yeah, Miles Turner is about to be back on the block. The way that their moves have shaken out, I think he might have been a worthwhile investment. So,
I think so. That is the number 1 player that I would have went after. And I think that, like, to be real with you, bro, I think Oklahoma City Thunder could have made anything work. Like, the amount of draft capital that they have, they could have made anything work. To your initial statement of, like, why they didn't do this at the trade deadline, I partially agree with that, but I also feel like another part of that is like, damn, well, like, we didn't even expect to be this good, like, this season. Like, I don't know if you expected Oklahoma City Thunder to be the number 1 seed, like, prior to them coming in. So I think their mindset is like, damn, like, we didn't even expect to be this good. Let's rock out this season. Let's see what we can do with what we got going. We clearly got something good going. And then, like, whatever is our downfall, we'll take care of that in the regular season, in the offseason with picks.
Let me track with me here.
Okay.
Because this is the math that I'm doing.
Okay.
Right? You knew Josh Giddey and his $8 million was a sunk cost that he was going to need to get dealt with.
Okay.
You knew that Chet playing small ball 5 was potentially an issue, which prompted you to sign Bismack Biyombo to $1 million vet minimum deal just in case you needed him. And then when the come down came, you didn't have the confidence to play him. So that tells me that you knew that you were potentially going to get exploited. And for me, an everyday fan, to watch it happen, exactly like I said, you facilitated the Gafford deal when you could have got in on that. You facilitated the Lively deal, who would have been a crazy combination. I mean, I love Case and Wallace, but I think I'd love Derek Lively and Chet next to each other for years to come better than I like whatever Case and Wallace. Considering you got Caruso and Dort too, like all I'm saying is he had like 10 different fork in the road paths, and he chose to not do anything, then get smoked the way that I anticipated, and a lot of people anticipated they would get smoked. And then the big prize is Isaiah Hartenstein, who again I think fits. I'm just like, damn, I thought
he's going to do a little more. I hear you. I hear, and I think that they knew that they were lighting ass too. I mean, to be honest, like they knew this, but like I said, I think they just kind of came with that mindset of rocking out. But that's a great point that you made of like, then why even waste the money on Bismack Biyombo? Because like I mean, if you're not, if you know you're lighting ass and you know you finna just rock out like how you got, why even waste that money?
Here's what I'm getting at, because like somebody like Jalen Smith. Like, I don't know, he's been shooting some threes lately. He was getting phased out of Indiana, and the Bulls just picked him up for like 10 a year. He would have costed them what? One of them late fake ass first round pick, one of the 15 that they have, right? You could have brought Jalen Smith in for what's the salary that was the whole Gordon Hayward, Davis Bertans bullshit that they went through. Like they could have got somebody like Jalen Smith as a proxy for, instead, even if you didn't want to tie up money for next year, just that body. Why Bismack Biyombo? You could have took Davis Bertans instead of Gordon Hayward, and I'm not letting you slide on this one.
Damn.
You went all the way in on Gordon. You know what you did all the way Gordon Hayward. I was like, what? You're supposed to do what? Right? They could have gotten anybody other than Bismack Biyombo. Like, I'm gonna leave that there.
Okay. No, respect. And to touch on Alex Caruso and the Josh Giddey, I mean, this is highway robbery. This is highway robbery, brother. Josh Giddey. You said what?
Is it?
It is. What?
I said what I said. Go ahead, finish your thought. I know I put you up right there.
Josh, bro. This is highway robbery, bro. Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey, apples for apples. Are you crazy? This is wild. Like Josh Giddey did not fit what the Oklahoma City Thunder had going. Alex Caruso fits exactly what the Oklahoma City Thunder has going. You were talking about it earlier. Now you're adding in, right? You got Lou Dort in that backcourt defense. You got Alex Caruso. You got SGA, who led the league in steals last year. You got Jalen Williams. And then off the bench, you have Isaiah Joe. You have Case and Wallace. Like, this team is easily going to be one of the best defensive teams next year.
Yeah. So where I'm with you, first off, I love Caruso. I love his style of play. I love how he's going to fit in. And I love how he's going to try to replicate what Derek White and Drew Holiday and the rest of them did to Luka. Caruso helps the Thunder replicate that. So, like, from the Thunder's vantage point, this was a home run deal. But where it was highway robbery, I don't agree, because even though this may not work for the Bulls, this finally tells me that they're thinking along the right path. Now, here's the truth of it. Alex Caruso's up for an extension, and Josh Giddey's up for an extension. And Josh Giddey's going to get paid more than Alex Caruso. So from an age and a logistic and this is where we are as a franchise, like, I get where the Bulls were at, and I actually agree with it. And as much as I was pounding Giddey, I was pounding Giddey 12 months ago, because an inconsistent three-pointer, I think he's going to be he's definitely not going to be a plus defender, maybe a liability even on his best day. But we don't know what we don't know. Homeboy is
He's like 23.
Homeboy's 22. He's
Oh,
about to be
wow.
22. He's about to be 22. And he's an elite. He has one elite skill. So if he can grow, he's the lottery pick that he's the type of shitty lottery pick that the Bulls need to see if they throw some shit against the wall and see if it sticks. Like he's a worthwhile candidate. So they were gonna lose Caruso anyway. Caruso was 30. He was not going to be a part of the next good Bulls team. So they had to let him go. Just because that house is worth $1,000,000 to me ain't doesn't mean it's worth $1,000,000 to you. And I think Caruso was a sunk cost, bro. So I'm not mad at it. Could you have went with draft picks instead? Could you have sold his ass for 2 picks a year ago? You could have, but that was yesterday. That was yesterday. You got to deal with today. And if you think because they're so drunk that they're going to keep Kobe White and they think they're going to be good next year, if the owner tells me we're going to be good next year, then I guess I got to co-sign on this Josh Giddey deal. Even though my personal opinion that they need to blow this shit up,
Mm-hmm.
like all of it up. Like
Okay.
I'm selling Kobe White for that Mikal Bridges return, right?
Mm.
That's what I'm doing. But
Okay.
I digress. That's not where I'm going. If the owner tells me we got to be good, and I want somebody to ride with Kobe White and has a chance to grow.
Okay. So you're saying it's not highway robbery because it's not like that's the Bulls are looking to go that direction anyway. Like
exactly.
Okay.
Caruso's 30 and he's a role player. They need somebody who's 22 who has a chance to grow into something. They don't need a 30-year-old role player. You know
that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. All right. Jay, anything else to add to that? Either Isaiah Hartenstein, Giddey, Alex Caruso, anything to that?
No, I do think, like I said, Thunder fared well. I put them as right now, present day, July 11th. I'd put them in the driver's seat for finishing top seed in the West and probably making it to the finals.